If you live in a house and your children are in the same room, how can you make love to your husband?
Baba beebase kati ffe tutandika mukwano gwaffe tegagenda nnyo waggulu
okola otyo the noise will not go.
Okendeeza.
How do you tukolere muko? I'm weird.
Kati obadde ogamba ki? Mbadde ngamba nti njagala mukwano. Kakati nsanyusa okulaba. Kwegamba bwe
n'otandika wali sinda mutoli.
Obyagala mbeekwaso ebyo.
Hey, here we do.
Really?
Oh, yes.
What about the sounds the woman was making? You were not there. What is this? Why do you do?
Have you ever eaten a sugar cane?
Eating sugar cane.
Do you know it? Sugar cane.
Yes.
It has liquid.
Yeah.
Normally, when it is
so sweet,
it has a lot of water. It
Yeah.
is natural to do like that. So when you do like that, anyone would know you're enjoying the sugar cane.
So you make that noise when you eat sugar cane. So having sex is like eating sugar cane.
Not exactly,
Not
but
exactly. There are two different sweet things, but sweet differently. One touches the brain, the other one touches, and the heart, the other one just the mouth. So we can go, eh? Okay.
The sex lessons of the Sengas seem to give sexual self-confidence, also to elderly women. Whereas older women in Western countries aren't quick to dish out graphic sex stories. Here in Uganda they're proud, also of their labia. Have you done it yourself?
Myself?
Elongation?
Yes.
Are you pleased you did it?
Yeah, I'm pleased I did it. Although when I was doing it, I didn't. It was out of influence.
Not your own choice?
Yes.
Do you know what we call our labia in Holland?
No.
We call them shame lips.
Shame?
Lips.
Why?
That's just the word.
Shame. But why the word shame? But how? How can you be ashamed of your own body? I mean, you should be proud of what you have, the way you are as a woman. Not to be ashamed of your body, because you cannot change it. You will be like that forever and ever.
Carol is curious to find out what a woman looks like who didn't elongate her labia. And I'm curious about hers.
I'm going to show you.
Okay. And I'll show you.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
So they cannot see anything.
So he's going to show the other first. You.
Okay, I'll go. I feel like we're like small girls, So, it's nothing special, though. But you see, it's not long.
It's not.
You is longer?
Yes.
Yes?
Let me show you. But why don't you pull them yours now? You see?
Okay. It looks nice.
Yeah, What is how a woman should be? So,
That was exciting. It's remarkable I can do something so intimate with someone I've just met. Same thing with Brenda. It was weird when you were touching me. Does it feel nice for women when they do it to each other?
Yeah, actually, when you find a woman with tender touchings, sometimes you may get stimulated. And as you continue with it, you get stimulated. But just you have to control yourself. And what we used to do, we used to sit. I could sit facing my friend.
Yeah.
And my friend could sit facing me.
Like this?
But when we are close.
So I would sit more close.
When we are this. When our hands could reach both of us. And then we do this.
Like this?
Yeah, so you reach me and I reach you. Then we both do the pulling. Yes. So as I'm pulling your labias, then you're pulling my labias. So it's rare for me to hurt you. Because when you hurt me, then I'll also hurt you in revenge.
But isn't it like that you can have an orgasm when you do this?
Yeah, obviously, the vaginal fluids have to come. Because it depends on your, how sensitive you are. And in most cases, you may find that there is one who has got too much vaginal fluids. But you have to do this when really you feel she is a friend, your friend. Whatever happens, remember, you just have to continue with the pulling of the labias. Don't insert fingers to finger fuck your friend. Just take her to be your sister. The way you cannot love your brother, so is what you take. You just take her to be your sister. And however much the vaginal fluids come because of excitement, just don't give a damn. You have to get at least a piece of cloth and then clean her and she dries up. Just that.
Apparently, it's fine to get aroused by a friend who pulls your labia. But there is a limit, because explicit homosexuality is a big taboo in Uganda.
Practicing a stop Lord. Homosexuality is very ugly. It's a very evil act before God. Unless you accept Jesus Christ today, no heaven for you. There is no heaven for you. Get saved today and fight homosexuality and win it. And let there is power from above to come and change people. So please, you people.
Homophobic sentiments are especially fostered by the church. Particularly American preachers try to promote anti-gay hatred here.
Critics say this extreme anti-gay fervor is in part the result of a concerted campaign by American Christians.
I hope the nuclear bomb spreads across the whole world against the gay movement, against this attempt to overthrow family-based society and replace it with sexual anarchy.
In a country where more than 80% of the population is Christian, this anti-gay hatred spills over into politics.
The government of Uganda is considering passing a law to execute gay people. Execute as in by hanging a, quote, serial offender or an HIV-positive person who commits same-sex acts.
I find out there is nothing more to hide because it's what I am. I'm a lesbian. I'm gay. So if somebody wants to kill me, they'll have killed me for being what I am.
Because when the religious people from America came and they spread homophobia here, the evangelicals, it's like they were importing homophobia here. In the US, you can't spread homophobia.
Yeah.
So now because
they have to find other places.
Yes, so they have got, this is now green pastures.
The political situation changed after also the arrival of the evangelical.
When they came, they organized a national conference, okay, for a whole week.
From America?
Yes, they came here with different pastors from different areas of the country. Pastors, okay, Pentecostal churches. And they told them they are trying to protect the traditional family. We couldn't allow homosexuality here because it's Western. It's not ours. It's the whites who bring this here. Okay?
That's the argument.
That's what they.
Yes.
That's what they think. They
So
forget.
the Westerners are coming here to
Yes.
tell you that it's a Western influence.
Yes.
That's a kind of a double somersault.
So it's not from the West, it's from my country, from my culture.
So there were lesbians 100 years ago.
Yes. Some
Yeah.
tribes, the lesbian they could stay together throughout their life.
Sorry?
Long ago, two women could stay together, and people took them to be demigods. Respect them. Okay? If they want anything, they just go. They took them to be superior people.
This friend of mine always wanted me to play with him, and he had always told me, I want to teach you how to play with boys and learn the games boys play, not with girls, because he had found me with a girl in the bedroom, touching and all that. So one time he raped me. I told my people at home they neglected it. They told me I was always playful with him, that's why he did it. Then later in the year, they realized I was pregnant, but they couldn't bear it. They took me, we aborted it. And after 2 years, I realized I was HIV and AIDS. And I've learned to live with HIV and AIDS, though so it traumatizes sometimes, but I'm taking my medication now. I'm trying to make sure some people who are like me to be strong and live, because you can live. Despite what happens, the harassment we go through.
I'm confused. There seems to be such a huge contrast here between rampant homophobia and the practice of labia pulling, where essentially girls learn to satisfy each other